So I felt really called to touch in with you because I've just been doing renovations on my house for the last 6 years. We are renovators. We did this on our old house, however it was quicker. This has spun out for 6 years, right? And as I walk through the space, even though out here is not really done, but inside is. So as I walk through the space, we've just laid the floor. I'm really feeling a mixture of feelings. I'm feeling relieved, right? Like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. I can really enjoy it. I can enjoy the space. I can really feel, like finally feel relaxed in my environment, yeah? There's a little bit of the floor left to go, and once that is, I can feel totally relaxed. The second feeling that comes with this is a bit of anger. So a bit of anger to be about, well, one, it's taken so long. So many missed memories and moments with a discombobulated space, right? Mixed flooring, concrete, tiles, plywood, the plywood being trashed because we have dogs, red dirt outside being brought in, layout issues, massive brick wall in the middle of the house making you walk around in circles, right? So many things. Also that the house is like 100 mil out everywhere when you try and fit everything. So it's been really frustrating. And then even just on that aesthetic level is that when we moved here, we had a newborn. And so there are so many photos of us with just trashed things, which, like it happens when you've got kids. But this wasn't because of our kids. It's because we bought a fixer-upper when we had a baby, right? So, it had carpet once upon a time, so scabby carpet, and then dirty plywood because we had intention of laying the floor, but never had the money to actually finish it at the time. So, yeah, there's a mixed amount of emotion, angry, sort of feeling that, a bit of like missed opportunity, and also happiness and excitement and relief. And that feeling. Now, bringing this up because there have been many things in my life where I've just gone ahead and done, and I haven't hesitated, and I have no regrets on that. When I look at this, my one piece of advice for you, if you're in this situation where you've got all these bits going on, like for us, we had half the flooring, but we wanted to wait till we had all the flooring. And right now, we've only really done the floor that we had, the amount of floor we had before. So what I can say is lay the floor, right? Lay it. Because you will feel so much better. You will have so much relief in your body. You will be able to have more bandwidth and capacity, right, to move on with the things that are important to you, to be present and create the memories with those around you, more freedom, more presence. And, we can apply this to anything and everything. And this is mainly why I wanted to talk about it with you, is that if there is something that you are putting off, do it. Don't waste time, because I understand, as we get older, I think, and we have family and stuff, we start to move things around and reprioritize, right? And maybe back in the day, you just executed things because you had the time, you had the energy, you had the capacity, you just had it, you had the mojo, right? You had the magic, momentum. So anyway, as time goes on and like things happen and life changes and dynamics occur and whatnot, it's easy to not move that way. I keep wanting to say execute, but I think it's a different word. So to move, to execute your life that way, to move about the spaces in that energy of go get it, do it, get it done. And I'm not saying push through as in make it hard for yourself. Definitely respect your own boundaries and your limitations. But what I'm talking about is just doing the things and not procrastinating, or doing the things and stop putting other things in its place. When you're in a relationship, it can also be hard to be on the same page about certain things. So I can understand that can get in the way. Some of the things on why it took so long for us is because of different priorities between two people as well. But before having a child, we just did our thing. You know, we didn't wait for each other. So I'm not sure why that's different. I have to explore that. I think energetically you're a lot more entwined when you start having family. So yeah, don't waste any more time. This is it. This is your life now. And if you keep wasting time on not doing the thing, you will be disorientated, dizzy, disconnected, unhappy, unfulfilled, not satisfied. You will disassociate. You'll experience all of those symptoms that you experience when, you know, all the stuff that you feel out of your body, you don't know why. The reason why you're out of your body is because you're not doing that thing that's calling for your attention, the thing that's channeling through you, right? So move that out of the way, because you got to, if you move that away, you're not focusing on that, and you are sitting in your own zone, in your own space, you get to then create you have the capacity to create from this space, right? When we're out of our body, when we disassociate, people will say, oh, you just got to come back into your body. It's not just that though, right? If you're intuitive, if you're empathetic, if you are a channeler, medium, if you've got that connection, you might 5D a lot of the time and drop back into 3D, etc., right? So if you're into consciousness and spirituality, then the reasons why you're coming out of your body is because you're ignoring that one thing that you need to do. And generally that one thing you need to do is your soul purpose, is your energy. It's got to do with your spirit. And so in order to keep that connection with your spirit, you have to stay with it. You have to look at it, and you have to come from that space. Because the more that you avoid it for whatever reason, maybe you feel like you can't articulate what's coming through you. Maybe you feel a bit lost. Maybe there's not a lot of clarity or direction. And that's where you come out of that space, out of yourself. But then what your body's doing is it's going, hey, no, you have to come back in, right? Because you're a creative, and there's things within you that are here to be created by you. And if you don't create them, like if you know you're here for certain reasons and you know what they are, but you're not doing them because you don't know how to articulate, for example, what's coming through you, then it's going to be birthed through somebody else. And so you'll miss out on that opportunity of, you know, midwifing that idea, that energy, that opportunity through. So yeah, seize the day. Do what you need to do. And yes, things can get in the way, like money. However, if it's important to you, then the fear, you've got to work with the fear, right? You have to work with moving the fear out of the way, because sometimes, yes, it can be money, but there's fear around ways that you could create the money. And so it stops you. It checkmates you. So you have this fear and apprehension of maybe comparisonitis, imposter syndrome not showing up. And so therefore you don't actually create the money the way you know you could, which is probably aligned with purpose. So you come out of your body and you do all these other things. Meanwhile, all this time has gone by and you still haven't birthed that thing that's been coming through you. And then at the end of the day, when you finally do it, if you do, because sometimes people never ever get to that stage, by the time you do it, you're going to be a mixed bag of emotions. You will be angry, sad, frustrated, relieved, happy, excited, and everything else. Just like what I said I'm feeling. You know, lost time. We don't have time. Time is not a concept. But as our body, we have things that are cyclic and changing. And I don't think we have a time limit on that. I think that the mindset and the visualization and the power that you put into you and yourself and what you're here for helps with that longevity and the vitality of all of that. So, but time, as in time does go past, and rather than be upset with yourself in years to come when you haven't actually done that thing that you know you meant to do and you wanted to do, go ahead and do it. And feel happy with yourself now and create the memories now. And show up with more space and capacity and bandwidth and freedom, time freedom and presence. Because there's things, I would say, and people and places that you want to be and you want to connect with and you want to be present with and have quality. So that is the only way you're going to be able to do it, is move it out of the way, step into your body and show up in that energy. And the moment you do that and then you do it consistently, you become all of that in which you may be avoiding. So if you need help with any of that, book a session with me. I help people work through or discover what their fears are with it, but work through it, because fear deserves to be seen and worked with. It's not meant to be put in a little cupboard and pushed away. That's just when it comes out louder. So I'm a kinesiologist and a mind-body medicine practitioner, and I help people do that. I also channel, I'm an intuitive, so a lot of things come through in sessions. I see people in northern New South Wales and Australia in person, but I also do a lot of online sessions and phone calls, so it just depends on what your vibe is. Other than that, if you're ready for some other bits and pieces to add along your journey, check out my link. It's got lots of resources, workshops and courses that may be able to assist you here and now. So I hope that helps you find the momentum and the sparkles and the breadcrumbs again. I hope they light up for you so you feel your magic and you know what you're worth and you know that you deserve what you deserve. Have a really awesome day.